Quest Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of Murder by Mistletoe by Jack Gatland, narrated by Laing. Prologue. Everyone knew Santa Mick. It wasn't that he was famous. It was more a case of him just being around all the time, especially at the Berwick Street soup kitchen on a Tuesday night. Always in line, rain or shine, always smiling, and always with that bloody, silly red hat on his head. Most of the rough sleepers who knew him didn't know why Santa Mick started wearing the hat, assuming it was probably found one night before Christmas a few years back, likely when an office worker dropped it while staggering out of a Christmas party, or maybe tossed it away. After all, Father Christmas hats were 10 a penny these days, with every shop and market stall in London selling red fabric cones of cheap felt, with white felt around the bottom and the barest attempt at a fluffy white ball at the tip. The first one people saw him wearing had been that little bit too large for Santa Mick, but he'd worn it anyway, even going so far as to sing carols while he was sitting outside St. Pancras Station asking for money. Lewis Hoyle assumed it was then that Santa Mick realised the hat was his lucky charm, because people gave more money to the smiling, singing man in the Father Christmas hat than they had the previous days. And, weirdly, it made Santa Mick a lot happier and actually nicer to be around than the previous bloody, miserable, just Mick. Lewis had known Santa Mick for about 5 years now, since before the hat, even. Back then, he'd been Mickey Fish, a name given to him because of his habit of hanging around Billingsgate Fish Market to the east of London and near Canary Wharf, hoping for gifts of discarded boxes of fish from the cellars, which he'd then carry into London and sell to the cheaper and less fussy restaurants in the area. Of course, as grand as the plan was, this rarely ever happened. But he gained the occasional crab stick on his adventures and, more importantly, a horrid, fishy smell that followed him around for years. Hence, Mickey Fish. You always knew when he was coming, because the smell arrived 10 seconds before he did, and the others in the queue for food at the soup kitchen would hum the Jaws theme when he approached. In fairness, Mick took all this in good humour.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?